Yeah, well, it was obviously, it was a great game. I mean, vintage ACC, Duke, Carolina, you know, both teams played so hard and well. I thought in the second half it was tough for either team to score. The defense of both teams was outstanding. And I'm really proud of our guys. We had to put some lineups in. Guys coming off the bench. Jay Gold played 28 minutes and was a significant factor defensively, not just on Johnson, but getting back. His athletic ability. He was the first guy back all the time to help stop their break. And he came up with that one bucket. I don't know how he got it, but it was a huge, well, every bucket was huge. And these two guys are, terrific, and really amazed at how many minutes they play. RJ the whole season, and still plays at the level that he does. And Zion, coming off of the injury, to put two games like this together is their will to win. These two guys have an amazing will to win, and it makes us coaches look a lot better. So any questions? I think you want the players first, right?
Yeah, raise your hand. Let's get the handheld mic and questions for Zion and RJ right now. To our left.
Dick Cox with Cox Sports Broadcasting. Zion, I know it was tough. You had to sit and watch the first two North Carolina games, but can you talk about finally getting a chance to play against them and ended up being the one to make the winning basket for Duke?
I mean, it was tough watching the first two games. Watching my brothers out there battling, and wish I could go to war with them. But it was very exciting to get out there and play. I mean, the rivalry lived up to what I expected it to be, and I mean, to make the game-winning shot, honestly, I got to give credit to RJ because the read was for him to fake the ball and take it to the basket, but he read the defense and he gave me the ball, and my teammates trust me to make the shot.
RJ, Zion, you guys have been rating the dunks all season long. The reverse, the windmill, starting with you, RJ, how would you rate it 1 to 10?
Which one?
It's 2 points. That's Zion.
The one he had today where he took off outside the key on the fast break, I'll give that one a 10. I didn't know you was going to dunk that one, bro, for real.
10?
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, let's not talk about rating dunks. Let's talk about the game.
To our left.
Bob Holliday, WRL.com. Zion, you were down 13. You hit a three, a couple other buckets. Jordan came in and really, along with Trey, really stepped up the defensive pressure.
And Antonio.
And Antonio also, correct? But anyway, the defensive pressure seemed to change, at least from where I was sitting, noticeably. Could you feel a difference in the energy level among your teammates after those two things, after all that happened?
Definitely. I think we were just going too fast, and we were playing at their tempo, but I think we just need to calm down and play at our speed, and we started to execute more.
Second row. Nope. Back left.
Marty Smith, ESPN. Congratulations, gentlemen. Coach, you called it vintage Duke, Carolina. From our seat, it was like watching a prize fight. This is for all three of you guys. Yeah. What was it like playing in it for you two and coaching it for you?
Well, I've been in a lot of them, so I'd rather have their impressions. Roy and I both know how lucky we are to have the teams and the programs that get players and produce this level of performance. And he and I are good friends, and we both know that this lived up to it. Obviously, it didn't live up to how he would want it, but it certainly lived up to the expectations of a high intensity. But these guys, it's.
Yeah, both historic programs going at it, and they kept coming at us, and we kept going at them all game long. So it's definitely just a great environment and such a fun game to be in. Very thankful that I was able to be a part of it, and that we got the win.
I mean, to keep it simple, it's a rivalry, and that's how rivalries go. So just gotta play hard and execute.
No other questions for Zion or RJ? Okay, guys, thanks.
Thank you. You guys good.
Okay, questions for Coach. To our right.
Coach K, Hill Overton, WIXC Radio. Congratulations on a real masterful win tonight. The question here is, when you were down 13 at the first half juncture there, what did you say to your guys to keep their heads up and to inspire them to go on and close the gap at halftime?
Yeah, I don't know. It's anything we said. You know, it's a long game, and they're going to play fast, and we'll play fairly fast, not as fast as them. And we just needed some stops. You know, Cameron Johnson came out so hot, and I mean, he's such a terrific player. And I thought Jay Gold did a great job on him, but our bench really helped us. Our bench really helped us, and they gave us Jay Gold especially, and then Antonio, who, you know, I'm sure he didn't think he was going to play tonight, but he did, and he played very well. And both those kids gave energy, and maybe that's one of the reasons RJ and Zion weren't as tired, because they were, instead of giving energy to a teammate, they were getting energy from a teammate.
To our left.
Hey, Coach. JB Rich with Spectrum News. My question is actually about the bench and all the adversity that this team has had to face throughout the season,
Right.
being without Zion, being without Trey. How do you feel about their development, especially with the NCAA tournament coming up?
Yeah, well, the fact that we would love to have Marquise back. I mean, tonight, you know, especially with the big guys, and we're hoping, again, maybe by next weekend, but I can't. You know, we're hoping for that. The thing that we found, you know, against good man-to-man offense, Jordan Goldwire has just been sensational on defense. His athletic ability, and he and Trey out there they put such good pressure on the ball, and that takes RJ and Cameron not having to do that, and then Antonio, that's a little bit of a surprise, but he's had a great attitude, and if you find some guys like that, and now they have confidence, that's good. And Javin played well. He gets tired. You know, that's why the combination of Javin and Marquise is the best one for us, but that's not what we have right now.
Again on the aisle.
Dick Cox with Cox Sports Broadcasting. Coach, do you think maybe in a way the injuries could have been a blessing in disguise, because some of these guys have had to play and get that experience where you can use them in the tournament, the rest of the tournament?
Well, I think you have to make every situation as positive as it can be for you. But I'd rather have no one injured. You know, all the teams we play have not had any injury adversity. You know, in the 4 teams here, you know, 3 of them, they know who they are already, and you know, I'd rather have that. You know, our kids have played a hell of a schedule. You know, tonight's game was like the 7th game against a potential 1 seed that we've played. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. 3 against Carolina, 2 against Virginia, Gonzaga, and Kentucky, and 2 of them were with guys are not our full team, and that's a heck of a schedule for these kids. They've done a terrific job, and hopefully we have enough in the tank tomorrow to play well against Leonard's team.
To our right.
Mike, going back to when you were down early, putting that lineup in there, I'm not sure you've ever had that particular lineup on the floor.
No, we haven't. No.
What went through your mind? Was it a desperation? Were you trying to save the game? But then you started them in the second half also.
Well, they deserve to start. You know, they put us in a position to do that. I don't think it was desperation as much as, you know, who do we have in uniform? You know, Jay Gold has earned that. You know, and Antonio, yeah, we didn't have. Jack was too small to play against their bigs, I thought. And Antonio, for, you know, what did he play? 8-10 minutes? I don't know, 10.
Yeah, 9:52.
Yeah, you know, he just gave us a physical presence inside there. So we did learn about that. You know, I'm proud of our guys, because we had a big meeting this morning about giving energy. You know, anyone who's in the game, give the guys who've been in the game a long time energy. Don't expect them to give energy to you. And I thought our bench did that tonight really well.
In front of us in the aisle.
Jim Sumner, Go Duke Magazine. Mike, ordinarily this is the kind of win the guys would celebrate for a day or two, but you got a game tomorrow, and you're starting 4 freshmen. How difficult is it? Do you anticipate any problems getting these guys to come down and focus on tomorrow?
I think it's more of getting them physically ready, because it's 2 exhausting days in a row, and if we want to win in the tournament, you have to win 2 big-time games in 3 days. You have to do something after you've already done something. And we had hoped that we could play 3 games here, and we'd hoped that we could win. And but the main thing was to get the experience of playing with one another again with this level of competition. Because our league is as good as any, it's just, I think it's better, and so this has been a heck of a thing for us. I watched a little bit of Florida State, and their defense is outstanding today. And they beat, Virginia is as good a team as there is in the country. We have some really good teams. We have some really good teams and players. So, and Florida State is one of them. They're one of them.
Any other questions? Last question here in the aisle.
Coach, David Glenn from the David Glenn Show and ACCSports.com. Roy and you both circled Jordan as a big factor in this game.
Sure.
It's unusual that a guy at the end of his sophomore year would have a career high in an ACC semifinal. Do you go into a game like this thinking Antonio might play 10 and Jordan might play 28, or are you improvising the whole way?
No, but I do have confidence in the guys, and just ask them that when their number's called to know, just be yourself and play your butt off. And, Jordan has done that. Jordan, though, has given a level of enthusiasm that really helps our team, besides playing outstanding defense. And he's a really good athlete. Really, if you watch, they get down so fast. And I thought a big key for us in defending them once he got in was how fast he got down the court. He took away, he fanned out, and they weren't able to pass ahead. And then they had to run more half-court offense. And he was really a big part, it was the turning point of the game, really, his defense. Okay? Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Duke locker room is open for another 7 minutes.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.
Yep.